Today we're going to talk about safety tips and going on dates. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Daphney and I own a company called Fern Connections, and of course y'all know Roman, anyway, I don't know what's going to happen with this whole headband thing, like he has to keep wearing it. I don't know. They say maybe a couple of months. We'll see what happens, right? So anyway, let's get into this topic because this topic is really, really important to me. I want to talk about safety tips when going on dates. It doesn't matter if it's a first date, second date, whatever. I want to talk about that and give you guys some ideas on how to be safe out there, like especially when you're using dating apps, right? But sometimes it really doesn't matter. It's like you meet someone and you think they're cool and they really aren't who you thought they were, right? So let's just get into it. So my number one thing is this. If you're meeting someone on a dating app, right? You're talking to them early in the day and they're like, let's go get a drink, da-da-da-da-da, right? And let's meet at so-and-so place. My thing is this. Why are we rushing and why do you need to rush, right? So I would say if you're really trying to find a long-term person, don't rush into a first date. Don't even rush into a second date, hell. Just be careful out there. Give yourself some time to get to know this person a little bit. Google them, do whatever you need to do, search their socials, whatever you need to do so that you can have a better idea of who this person is. And some people say, that's not cool. Is it really not cool? Let me tell you, honey, you need to do whatever you need to do to stay safe out there. So someone may be offended by it. Someone may think that it's too much, honey. I'm telling y'all, go ahead and do it. Google people if you want to. I can tell you right now, I have never been on a date with somebody that I didn't Google, that I didn't have a little bit of history about them, honey. So do it, please, right? And the next thing I just want to say, when you're using dating apps, I always tell people this, get to know somebody for a few days. I'm cool with okay, we're going to go on a date sooner than later. Because you don't want it to be 3 or 4 weeks and you're still chatting on the app, right? But let me say this to you. What I like to do, and this is what I recommend. If you're going to meet somebody on a dating app, chat with them for a few days, talk to them on the phone or do a video chat on the app. You can do all of this on most apps today, right? You can call them on the app. They can call you. You can video chat with them on the app, right? So that to me is a really good idea before you just jump to meeting them in person. Now, is it okay to meet them in person, sooner than later? Yes. Let that be a week span, 5 to 7 days. I'm gonna chat with you a little bit on the app. I'm going to see you on a video chat, right? So I know it's really you. And then I'm going to go on a date with you. Maybe that Friday or Saturday or whatever that is, right? But the thing about these dates that you're going to go on, they have to be in very public places. They have to be with people where there's a lot of people around, right? And whether or not it's coffee or if it's, ice cream or whatever you do, let it be in a very public place. Now, some of y'all are still kind of old fashioned and y'all think it's cute, but it's not really cute for someone to pick you up on a date. Honey, no. Those days of people picking us up on a date or people bringing us home on a date or from a date, unless you're trying to hook up with them, honey, let me just keep saying it, honey, don't do it, okay? Don't do it. You take yourself to the date, let them take themselves to the date, you drive yourself home from the date, or you take your Lyft, whatever you need to do, honey. But don't get in the car with some strange person you don't know, right? You don't know what's gonna happen. It's not like when you're in Lyft. In Lyft, if y'all don't know, most of y'all probably do know, but if they take you somewhere, it seems like they're veering off the, the path of where they're supposed to take you, honey, they it's a red flag. And the Lyft people start sending you alerts. No one's going to do that if you're in a car by yourself, right? Now, having said that, one of the things I love to do is share your location with family, friends, whomever, right? So they know, okay, you're going on this date with this person. You're supposed to go to so-and-so place over here. And if you're not in that place, honey, they can check on you. Don't be afraid to do that. Like, it's okay to say, I'm going on a date with this person I just met. You know, I met them online, or I met them at the coffee shop, we were chatting, and you know, we're going here, right? And if that location changes, you need to let them know. But if you allow people to like track you, or you share your tracking with other people, or your location, right? Then they know where you're supposed to be. They know where you're going, right? So to me, that's a very safe thing to do. And y'all, let me just say this for y'all that are kind of like hard-headed, hot-headed, whatever y'all are, don't be afraid to do that. It's okay. It's okay to be extra safe and extra smart about going on dates, right? And so that is a huge tip for me, is to like share your location with people, right? And let me just say, because I don't want to make this an extra long video, that if you feel like kind of like, I'm not sure about this, you know, I got a weird feeling about this, then don't do it, right? It's like, you don't have to like, you know, commit to with someone that you don't even really know, right? You can be kind and say, look, I, you know, am not feeling good, so I'm gonna have to like cancel. I apologize, and leave it at that, right? Just, you don't have to ghost them, but you don't have to go on a date with them either if you don't feel, you know, like it's the right thing for you to do. So let me recap really quickly. I want you guys to be safe out there. There's been too many instances of people getting hurt, people getting killed, you know, after they met someone on a dating app. But even sometimes when you just know people, right, and you think you know them, let me just say that, right? You think you know who they are, but they're not really who you thought they were, right? So my thing is this: check people out. Don't be afraid to Google them, right? Take your time, get to know them, like look at them if you can before the date, you know, on a video chat or a FaceTime. I personally don't give my personal numbers to people, so I wouldn't recommend that you do that either. So either you do it through the app, or you find like a virtual number kind of situation so that you can, you know, talk to people without sharing too much of your personal information, okay? And let me just say this, because I'm not, this is like real for real, right? I once or twice had someone who was like stalking me. They wouldn't stop. Like, and I literally had to threaten them. I'm going to, you know, turn you into the police if you don't stop calling me, if you don't stop texting me. This stuff is real, people. And that's just a little bit of, you know, what we've heard recently in the news, and, you know, with people being, you know, killed and hurt and stuff, right? And drugged. So I'm just telling y'all, be as safe as you possibly can. So let me just say this. Don't be afraid to share your location with people. Don't be afraid to say no if you need to say no. Don't be afraid to wait a little bit longer, right? Because to me, it's more important for us to be safe on these dates than to be going on these dates, honey.